Hey Victory Kids, it's Miss Renee, and I am at our fish tank. We've been missing you, and we can't wait to see you again soon. But today we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to sing, we're going to play a game, and we're going to have an amazing Bible story. So make sure you put your listening ears on. But first, we're going to stand up and sing a song. All right, let's go. We're going to get started.
God shows me how much He loves me. God shows me how much He loves me. God shows me how much He loves me. God really loves me. So I dance, 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 and I laugh, 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 and I love, love God right back. So I dance, 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 and I laugh, 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 and I love, love God right back. God wants to show me how He'll never ever leave me. God's always near me. He loves to hear me. So I dance, 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 and I laugh, 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 and I love, love God right back. So I dance, 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 and I laugh, 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 and I love, love God right back. God shows me how much He loves me. God shows me how much He loves me. God shows me how much He loves me. God really loves me. So I dance, 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 and I laugh, 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 and I love, love God right back. So I dance, 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 and I laugh, 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 and I love, love God
Hi Victory Kids, I'm Miss Michelle and this is my friend Raina. Say hi Raina.
Hi.
Did you know that our words have power?
Yeah.
Well today we're going to learn the Victory Confession. I'm going to say it first and you will follow along with Raina. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm here on purpose.
I'm here on purpose.
Because I have a purpose.
Because I have a purpose.
My heart is open.
My heart is open.
And my mind is ready to receive.
And my mind is ready to receive.
Because God
Because God
is not finished with me yet.
is not finished with me yet.
My best days
My best days
are right in front of me.
are right in front of me.
And I have victory in my life.
And I have victory in my life.
Because Jesus
Because Jesus
lives in me.
lives in me.
Great job, Victory Kids. Great job, Raina.
Victory Kids, it's Mr. Allen.
Hi, it's Miss Beth.
We love and miss you guys.
We hope to see you in a couple weeks.
Jesus loves you.
Hey Victory Kids, Miss Betsy here. I hope that you guys have been having lots of fun at home, getting to do some cool things, and I cannot wait to see you guys again soon.
Hi, it's Miss Cassie. I miss you guys. I love you. I can't wait to see your smiling faces and give you a high five. Hi, Victory Kids. It's Miss Crystal and Natalie, my helper.
Hi.
We love you and we're praying for you. Bye.
Bye.
Hey kids, this is Miss Caitlin. I hope you guys are staying safe and having lots of fun. I can't wait to see you guys again. Miss you.
Hi Victory Kids, Miss Molly here, and I miss you guys so much, and I can't wait to get back to church to see all of your wonderful faces. Bye!
God's story, Joseph. So part of God's story is about a guy named Joseph, and it begins like this. Once there was a guy named Joseph who had 10 older brothers and one younger one. When Joe was a boy, he was his dad's favorite. In fact, his dad liked him so much better than his brothers that he gave Joe a special gift to prove it. You can imagine this made his brothers jealous. And Joe only made things worse. He told his brothers about dreams he had where he was ruling over them. Well, this made Joe's brothers furious. One day they were working and saw Joe coming. They said, "Here comes that dreamer." They threw Joe into a dark pit. They might have left him there forever, but they met some men traveling from Egypt and sold Joe to them as a servant instead. They thought that was slightly nicer than leaving him in a pit. Then they went home and told their father Joe had been killed by a wild animal. This broke their dad's heart. Kids, these brothers were really bad news. Selling a sibling is never a good idea, ever. But the Bible says the Lord was with Joe. When Joe was a servant, he worked for a really important rich guy named Potiphar. And Potiphar liked Joe so much, he put him in charge of the whole house. Joe was happy until one day he was blamed for something he didn't do, and Potiphar sent him straight to jail. Well, God was still with Joe, even in prison. The guard decided he liked Joe so much, he put him in charge of all the other prisoners. Then God gave Joe special knowledge about dreams. When two prisoners had dreams, Joe knew what they meant, so he told them. 2 years later, Egypt's ruler called Pharaoh had a dream, and nobody knew what it meant. But by now, one of the two prisoners Joe had helped was out of jail and working for Pharaoh. He told Pharaoh about Joe, and God helped Joe figure out what Pharaoh's dream meant. But Pharaoh's dream was really more of a nightmare. It meant that everybody in Egypt would have food for 7 years, then be hungry for 7 years. Joe told Pharaoh the only way to survive was to store food during the 7 good years. Well, Pharaoh thought Joe's idea was brilliant. He put him in charge. During the 7 hungry years, nobody could eat without getting food from Joe. He was like a human vending machine. Well, remember how Joe had 11 brothers? Like everybody else, they had to get food from Joe. And when they came, they didn't even recognize their brother. But Joe knew who they were. He secretly tested them to see if they changed. After all, they did throw him in a pit and sell him. Finally, he couldn't hide who he was from his brothers anymore. He told everyone to leave the room because he was about to cry. After sobbing for a few minutes, he told them, "I'm your brother Joseph. I'm the one you sold." The brothers couldn't believe it. They had hurt Joe, but God had taken care of him during the good times and the bad. Even with everything they had done to Joe, he forgave them because he was willing to follow God, even when it was hard. Joe told them, "You planned to harm me, but God planned it for good." And God used Joe to save many lives, including the family that was part of God's special rescue plan. And that's the story of Joseph. So in case you missed it, here's the quick version. Joe was his dad's favorite. His brothers sold him. Potiphar put Joe in charge. Joe was sent to jail. The guard put Joe in charge. Pharaoh had a bad dream. Joe told him what it meant. Pharaoh put Joe in charge. Joe's brothers had to come to him for food. Joe forgave them. This was part of God's rescue plan. And that's a part of God's story.
Hey Victory Kids, I had so much fun learning that Bible story with you today. So now we're going to play a game. Do you see all these boxes on my table? You do? Well, they all are a different color. What color is this one? Yep, it's green. And this one? You got it, it's yellow. This one? Red. And this one? Blue. Okay, so here we go. I have some things that I'm going to show you and you're going to tell me which box to put it in. All right, here we go. First up, it's a little red dinosaur. Oh, would the red dinosaur go in the green bucket, the yellow, the red bucket? Oh, the blue bucket? Oh, the red bucket. You're right, it goes in the red bucket. That's right, good job. Let's move on to the next one. I have a pair of, what color is that? Did you say yellow? Okay, what bucket would these go in? This one? This one? Oh, you're right. It goes in the yellow bucket. You've got this. Oh, here we go. Look at this really cool spiky ball. And what color is it? Did you say green? So the green ball will go in the green bucket. That's right, you got it. Good job. Next, we have who knows what this is? It's a Lego. And what color is it? It's red. So I think I'm gonna put this one. Oh, you don't think so? Maybe this one? No? This one. You're right, it goes in the red bucket. Good job. Now next is, oh, look. I know a lot of you, this is your favorite color. And it's the color blue. That's right, it's blue. So we know that the blue marker will go in the blue box. You guys are doing so good. All right, this is a fun one. Ready? Woohoo! It's green. It's a green music maker. Can you guys shake a music maker? Very good. Okay, now where does it go? Which one? Do. Green. That's right. It goes in the green bucket. You're doing so well. Next. It's a banana. And what color are bananas? Yes, they're yellow. So we know by now that this yellow banana is going in the yellow bucket. Great job. Next, look at my little guy. He can bend his arms and bend his legs and his tail, and his color is, shout it out. That's right, it's blue. So our blue guy will go in our blue bucket. All right, let's keep going. There's a few more. Next, oh, look what I have. Some of you I know love these little stamps, and you can stamp your hand. Some of you stamp your paper, but the stamp is the color red. And we know by now that the red stamp is going in the red bin. Good job. All right, there's a couple more. And look at our cat. Do any of you have a yellow cat? Well, this yellow cat is going in the, which one is it? That's right, the yellow bucket. Very good. Well, I had so much fun playing this game with you. I hope you had fun too.
When I play,
Hey Victory Kids, Pastor Amy here, and it's time to go over our monthly memory verse. This month, our verse is found in the book of Psalms, chapter 138, verse 8, and it says this: "The Lord will fulfill His purpose for me." Psalm 138, 8. Now I want you to watch carefully as I teach you the motions. They go like this: the Lord, point up; will fulfill, take your hands and put both palms up; His purpose, point out with both fingers; for me, and point to yourself. Psalm 138, 8. Open your hands just like you're opening up a Bible. Pretty easy, right? Now I want you to join in and do the motions with me. Ready? The Lord will fulfill His purpose for me. Psalm 138, 8. Great job. Now we're going to do it one more time. This time I want you to stand up on your feet right where you're at. Ready? Here we go. The Lord will fulfill His purpose for me. Psalm 138, 8. Great job, Victory Kids. You can go ahead and sit back down.
Hey guys, look who just flew in. It's Polly, and he wanted to come and say hi. And he saw you were doing such a great job with your color sorting, so he wanted to come and join us. And you know what? I noticed something about Polly. He is full of colors. Look at that. He has blue and green. Yes, and he has red. Oh, what? Oh, I think he's saying he has another color. Well, oh, he does. He has another color. It's yellow. He is so colorful. Do you like being colorful? He does, and that's the way God made him, colorful. So all this talk about colors makes me think about our story we learned today. So I wanted to ask you guys a few questions about it. Do any of you remember the name of the man in our story? Yes, you're right. Now let's see what you guys say. Let me hear you. That's right. It was Joseph. It was Joseph. He is the man in our story today that we learned about. And did Joseph have a lot of brothers? Oh, yes, he did. He had a lot of brothers. And he also got a special gift. Do you guys remember what that special gift was? Yep. Let's see. What was it? Yes, it was a coat of many colors. I bet it even had some of these colors on his coat. All right, and I'm wondering who gave Joseph his coat? Oh, I think I know. Do you know, Polly? Oh, he wants to ask you. Okay, so he wants to know who gave Joseph his coat. Can you tell us? Oh, they told us, didn't they? That's right. It was his dad. His dad gave him his coat. He loved him very much. And one thing that we also know were his brothers. Were they jealous of Joseph, or did they love Joseph? If you think they loved him, do like this, thumbs up. And if they were kind of jealous, thumbs down. Oh, there's Polly's thumbs down. Yes, they were jealous. In fact, we found out that they threw him in a pit. But there's always more to the story in the Bible. Yes, we find out later in the Bible, because Joseph has so many things to tell us about, but we found out later that he became the ruler of a land, and he helped many people. When they were hungry, he helped to feed them. And this story always makes me think that no matter what, God will always take care of us because he loves us so much. Oh, yes, that's right. And he loves you so much. So, anytime you're just thinking about, where's God? Remember, he is taking care of you all the time. Well, I'm so glad that you listened so well to the story. I'm glad you came, Polly. It was fun. Oh, he's glad too. You want to say bye? He said bye. All right, well, we love you, and I can't wait to see you guys again soon. Love you.
I thank you, Lord. Lord, I thank you. I thank you, Lord. Lord, I thank you. Every time I think of you, I get a thankful attitude. My heart gets filled with gratitude, and Lord, I thank you. I thank you, Lord. Lord, I thank you. I thank you, Lord. Lord, I thank you. Every time I think of you, I get a thankful attitude. My heart gets filled with gratitude. And Lord, I thank you. Lord, you've been so good to me.
Lord, I thank you.
You are my help, you meet my need.
Lord, I thank you.
You were my strength when I was weak.
Lord, I thank you.
Your love and mercy rescued me.
Lord, I thank you.
I thank you, Lord. Lord, I thank you. I thank you, Lord. Lord, I thank you. Every time I think of you, I get a thankful attitude. My heart gets filled with gratitude. And Lord, I thank you. Lord, you are my resting place.
Lord, I thank you.
You saved me by your matchless grace.
Lord, I thank you.
Your word is life, your word is true.
Lord, I thank you.
And I will always follow you.
Lord, I thank you.
I thank you, Lord. Lord, I thank you. I thank you, Lord. Lord, I thank you. Every time I think of you, I get a thankful attitude. My heart gets filled with gratitude. And Lord, I thank you. Every time I think of you, I get a thankful attitude. My heart gets filled with gratitude. And Lord, I thank you.
All right, Victory Kids, we had so much fun learning and singing with you today, and we can't wait to see you again. We love you so much, and we miss you too. See you next time.